I guess take us to the beginning, the development of the game. What kind of inspired to kind of create it, and then tell us a little bit about the process of creating it.
Sure. So, development, maybe a little bit of a long-winded answer, which is like the development's been going on for, at least for me, for decades. It's like the dream project. So I've been playing fighting games my entire career. I'm a combat designer. And the reason why I'm a combat designer is the reason why I have all my friends, quite frankly. So it's been a really important passion project for me, but also developing the skills has taken decades, and meeting the correct people.
Tony, you're the best. Fucking love you, man.
So, yeah, thanks. But yeah, I mean, meeting the correct people, like Art Tech, our animation director, I've been working with for like 12 years now at this point. Chris, our CTO. So throughout my career, like I've met these awesome people, and then we left really cushy jobs to go do this really risky thing, right? And it's been 3 years of development, and both pitching and making the game at the same time, right? And building up the team. And I can't believe everybody actually came with me on this crazy adventure, right? That we went on, and like left these amazing jobs and took a massive gamble to do something. And now it's finally realized. And like I'm just super proud of the team and everybody that helps along the way. And, we just want the game to be successful for everybody.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, so what part of the game are you most excited about? The characters, the gameplay, what is it?
I think it's a combination of everything. I think that I hope that players really see the love and authenticity of the characters. We spent a lot of time and effort and passion to bring these characters to the game. And a big part of it is to make sure that these characters are playing the way that you think that they should play, right? And also to expand what is actually possible in these types of games, right? So we have everything from like Shaggy and Batman and Wonder Woman, Superman, things that, well maybe not Shaggy, but like things that you think should be in a fighting game, right? But we also have Velma. And Velma, you wouldn't think normally would fit into a fighting game, right? But she, we had this idea where, what if she just fights like, how do we make Velma fight like Velma? So she would use words and sass, and she's solving a mystery. So she's finding clues around the map to help her win the match. So, and that's true of all the characters. We want, like Tom and Jerry actually is a duo character, where they do not care about anybody else besides themselves. So Tom is just chasing Jerry the entire time. When you run around, he's just chasing Jerry. All the attacks are directed at Jerry and vice versa. So everybody else is just collateral damage. So we're just trying to realize how the characters would actually behave in this type of game and make them true to themselves. And so that's what I mean by like, it takes a lot of effort and creativity and passion in order to bring these characters to life in a way that is satisfying for the fans and satisfying for players. So I think that is kind of being able to realize that vision of these characters and how they should play. I think that's been really satisfying.
Were there any characters that didn't make it into this iteration that you as a fan wouldn't mind seeing in future updates?
I mean, the short answer is yes, right? I mean, but I think that what we have in the game has been hands down incredible. Today we just announced LeBron James, and then we also announced Rick and Morty today as well. And LeBron James plays like how you think LeBron James should play. He makes his teammates better, just like LeBron James in life, in real life. Our LeBron James passes the ball to his ally, and the ally can throw the ball back to him. And it's almost like you're playing a basketball match inside of a fighting game. And it's purely cooperative focus, and your ally can throw the ball against the enemy. They'll bounce it up, and LeBron can alley-oop and jump to the ball and dunk on people. So it's like, we got LeBron James in a fighting game. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So, sorry. So, with this kind of a game, it's a special like co-op game that encourages partner playing.
That's right.
Were there two characters or mashups that you were unexpectedly like most exciting mashups when putting two characters together?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream of like seeing all these characters together, right? I'll say that because I call our game like a sandbox combat game because it's very simple mechanics, but they're when they interact with each other, you get like crazy results. So I've been working on the game for like 3 years plus at this point, right? And like in active development, and every day I'm actually surprised by the crazy things that can happen because it's a very sandboxy kind of game, and the mechanics are they interact with each other in just really strange and interesting ways. Bugs Bunny's rocket, right? He creates a platform, but a giant rocket, and everybody can stand on top of the platform and fight each other. But he can also, but Superman can slow down the rocket with his ice breath. And so it like creates like a longer lasting platform and all types of stuff that can happen, and like tunneling underneath stuff. So his tunnel projectiles will actually go through the tunnel and appear on the other end. So you can place down tunnels. He can place a safe through the tunnel and it'll pop out the other end and hit people on the other side. So it's like all these mechanics all working together, creating something kind of magical, honestly. Like every day you're just kind of surprised. And I hope that like creates kind of really big moments of delight for players when crazy things happen, right? So I mean, I think that's what's exciting about the game.
Warner Brothers obviously isn't new to the fighting game scene. What was the idea sharing process with them like, and were there any particularly helpful directions or suggestions they gave?
Yeah, I mean, Warner Brothers is a very large library of characters, right? And a lot of different IP holders across. That was kind of like the most rewarding thing is to work with each of the IP holders and making sure their characters are realized. So oftentimes they're just making the game better. So everybody wants the same thing, which is like their characters to be realized correctly in the game. So we're trying to do that, and then Warner Brothers and the IP holders of each of them, we work with them very closely to make sure that it realizes their vision as well. So, I mean, they placed a lot of trust in us to make sure that their character comes across, right, into the game the way that they think that they should, right? And when you're suggesting things to the IP holder like Velma as a fighting game character, they're like, what? But then we pitch our vision, what we can actually do, and what we're trying to do, and then they add on top of that. So it's like a really collaborative process. And again, going into this, I've been shocked at how easy and like awesome all the relationships have been with all the character holders. So yeah, it's been awesome.
What were some of the more challenging characters to get into this gaming format?
I think we added Iron Giant on Tuesday, and Iron Giant is basically he's the first colossal-sized character we've ever built. So he's like 2.5 times taller than Superman, which is our previous largest character, and like 6 times larger than Taz, and like he's just massive on the screen, and like it just took an insane amount of development resources and risk taking to push that character through. We want to take risks, and we want to make sure that we can. We want to do things that players haven't ever seen before. And I think it's the largest character ever in any sort of platform fighter, to my knowledge anyways. And that challenge, and it was awesome to see the reaction, like even from the screenshot of the character standing next to other characters, like how is that character that big? Like how are they going to make this work?
Fair.
Yeah, and like this is going to be trash. And maybe it is, but so far it's been working okay. So I'm better than we expected actually. I mean, there's problems and we're going to fix them, but I would consider them like medium to low difficulty problems that we need to solve at this point, and then we're good. Yeah.
Sorry, you have to wrap up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Later,
Yeah.